Hello, this is for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. I hope that you're all doing well today, that you're healthy and safe wherever you are in this world. Also, these are general messages, so they're not going to resonate for everybody. So please just take what does and leave the rest. For those of you that would like a private reading, I will include the link to my website in the description box below as soon as I'm finished with this read. Again, these are general messages, so they're not going to resonate with everyone. Just take what does and leave the rest. Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. I'll read this as your energy, and I'll read this side as your partner's energy, and then I will spread out the energies as well as mutual on the table so that we get an idea of what's happening with you and your situationship. Let's see what's going on for Scorpios. Okay, Scorpio's partner overall energy, please, Spirit. Thank you. Okay. All right. So, overall energy for you, Scorps. Either you've blocked somebody or you're blocking your emotions. This is the Two of Swords. So, you could be in a space right now where you don't want to look at a situation. You don't want to look at the details. You don't want to deal with whatever is going on. You feel that there's a spark. You feel that there's something big. And maybe even you feel it on a soul level and as though it's deeper than anything just physical or simple. Instead, you feel that there's this connection, almost like you see how the sea and all of the waves are pummeling behind her. It's like you can definitely feel the turmoil, but you're trying to control your emotion here. And there could be something that you don't want to look at. And we'll delve further, of course, into it as we go on. Your partner. This person is also not wanting to see something, and they put themselves into a bit of a mental prison. This could be due to ego, or this could be a justification because they may be feeling restricted or trapped. But the thing is that they're justifying something that isn't good for them. So as we go through the reading, we'll see what that is. But I have a good feeling that they're trying to separate themselves from they're remaining in cognitive dissonance. And what that means is they try to justify something that's bad for them by an unruly comparison. For example, it's like somebody who smokes, but yet they know it's bad for them, but they'll compare it to anybody else who has smoked for years and never gotten any illness of it. And so that justifies the behavior, right? Or it could be something like, oh, well, I deserve to be happy. Thank you for the like, whoever that was. I deserve to be happy, so I should be allowed to have whatever I want. Thank you for the like, you guys. I should have whatever I want, and it doesn't matter. What do you mean it hurts somebody else? Well, that doesn't matter because it's, about me. So it's kind of a cognitive dissonance, justify to themselves something that is good for them that is actually not, right? And it usually comes down to behavior because it's a self-protection. Oh, hi, MG. Welcome. So yeah, they justify something that's good for them and it's not good for them. And they need to really come out of that dissonance. But the thing is that it's a protection. So it keeps them safe, doesn't it? And maybe you're trying to hold back your emotion in terms of the fact that you're probably frustrated because you can see what they can't. But the thing is, you play it cool, right? Because you also know that people have to figure it out on their own, right? So let's continue on. How is Scorpio showing up in this relationship? How is Scorpio showing up? There you go. You're showing up, unfortunately, as the devil. But I don't feel that it's in a bad sense. I feel as though this could be the devil's advocate sometimes. So fair enough. It is what it is. But perhaps a few of you as well, because maybe you're triggered also by this behavior and the frustration because you care, maybe you're trying to drown it out, possibly, right? So maybe you are partaking in a lot of substances, or you're just trying to numb out. And again, I get that only because of this Two of Swords and blocking all of that emotion in behind. So some of you might be overindulging a little bit, maybe in vices or whatever else you need to, but that also helps to balance you out. Now, whether it's good or bad is another thing, right? It's up to you. You'll know your limits. And for some of you, you could be overindulging in sexual relations because that might be what it is. Or some of you could even be obsessed. You could be at that point where, and it's not like it's a dangerous obsession, but it's that this person has you so stuck in your head about them, like you want them so badly and there's nothing you can think of besides them, right? So you have ruminating thoughts. That could very well be the case. Next, let's see how your person is showing up in this connection or lack thereof. Ten of Swords again. See, they have some serious issue. They have some serious issue with their thought processes, and if they continue on this road of deluding themselves, they will literally end up like this, Ten of Swords. And what's problematic too in this situation is I feel that there's psychological projection as well. They may project their issues onto you. So you've got to be careful with that too, Scorps, because honestly, it's easy for them to say, oh, well, you know what, it's you who's doing this. It's you who's behaving like that. But maybe what they don't realize is that you're blocking off because they're blocked off, right? So you can see how they're blocked, but they're, you know what I mean? It's their thought patterns are going to be their undoing. Hate to say it, but it is. But I also feel too that they're showing up and maybe they're playing the victim and they're saying, you know, they're hurting me, they're the one that's causing all the problems in the relationship, they're being sneaky. And it's possible, it's very possible. Again, you know, the devil and the Queen of Wands can also signify cheating. So possibly maybe some of you Scorps have stepped out, and no judgment, you do what you do, and maybe you stepped out on the situation, and this person that you truly care about knows this, but now they're feeling backstabbed because of the betrayal. And maybe they're stuck in their head and they're scared in their own fears and anxieties. Wow, thank you so much, sweetheart. I appreciate that. That's so nice, MG. So maybe they're just feeling a little bit afraid, right? And again, you know, I don't feel that a Scorp would do it purposely to hurt someone unless they were hurt. So let's just continue into the dynamics here and see what's going on. So how does the Scorpio see the other person? How do they see them? Could be dealing with a Pisces, all right? But you see them literally as having issues in terms of their own fears, subconscious darkness, and it's all of their subconscious trauma that is getting pulled up. And you can see that they're also going through that, but they're not dealing with it properly. And maybe they don't even want to hear how you're trying to bring this to their attention, right? Because they've got their hands in cuffs, but that can easily fall off if they want it to. But yeah, they've got some subconscious fears coming up, and again, I really feel like it's projection because they don't understand how deep their issues run. How else is Scorpio seeing them? Yeah, but there you go. And you're also being compassionate to the fact that they've been through a lot of pain and sorrow. So you can also tell that they have been through a lot of trauma, and that's why maybe you're kind of holding back a little bit and not stinging them out, right? If you know what I mean, which is nice of you guys. That's nice, right? Because obviously they've been through a lot. But then again, if there was cheating that's going on, then you can definitely see that this has now injured them on a psychological level, because possibly this individual, you know, it brings up the traumas of cheating that has happened when they were younger. Maybe they saw that happen with their parents and it's destroyed them. There we go. So how they see you, they see you as maybe being difficult in terms of conflict. They think that you're trying to pick a fight with them. They think that, yeah, see? What did I say? But deep down they also know too that they have to accept the truth of this situation if things are going to move forward. I think that they know that both of you have to accept the issues, although this person seems to have a lot of conflict on their side. I mean, it's all swords and it's wands. I don't see anything stable on this side. I feel like this person has just seriously run through the mill. And yes, they want the truth, and yes, they want to communicate, but they are so inwardly conflicted that this is very difficult to deal with. Although, if anyone was to deal with somebody like this, it would be a Scorp, because you guys are very strong, aren't you? And you understand the darkness. You understand the dark. You'll meet people where they're at. So, wow, this is quite deep. How does the Scorp see the relationship? Please, Spirit. How does Scorp see the relationship? Oh, bless. And there you go. So again, as I said, for some of you, you might be focusing on your own self-love in terms of, well, you know what, if I'm not getting what I want from this person, then I'll cheat, I'll do what I want. That's okay, but or maybe that's okay for you, but that will continue to destroy this person more. And if that's what you're out to do, well, there you go. And that's for some of you. Now, for some others of you, if you are uh, in this position, you're understanding that this person has been hurt, and now you want to try again. And I think that you're going to do that by offering them more love from the heart. Okay. How does, and I think that you see that, yes, there are issues, but you're willing to work through it, which is, see, and just as I said that, willing to work through it. Look what came out, Six of Pentacles. I think you're willing to rebalance the give and take here, to try and make this work, because I think that whether you want to acknowledge your emotions or not, and I understand why maybe some of you aren't acknowledging them, is because you're trying to be stable for the unstable here. But the thing is I think that some of you do really love this person. I really do. And I think that maybe they melt you a little bit, and maybe it's the fact that you can see some of the pain that you've been through in them. And maybe that's why you're giving them more, what's the word I'm looking for? It's like you're giving them more of a chance. Is because you're like, yeah, I've been there, I've seen it, I get it. So I can't hate this person. And it's just, yeah. So let's see how they see the relationship. How does this person see the relationship? See, what did I say? Could be dealing with another water sign, Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio, but they are over emotional right now. They're over emotional, but the way that this is laid out, and I wish I could show it to you, but it's just, I have to use this laptop camera, is that even in reverse, she's looking over to you. So this queen is looking to you because for some reason, you bring her something. You bring her something that makes her feel safe, even in her most unsafe existence. All right. So they still look to you, no matter how much pain was caused in the past, no matter what the situation has been. They feel lost without you, I see. And that they'll always come back to you. That's what I see. They'll always come back to you, no matter how crazy things get. And I think that they want to come back to you. So if there was a breakup for some of you, they want to come back. They do. They want to be with you. They do love you. But I also think that, again, with that Six of Pentacles, you want to be with them too. It's like things aren't finished here. Things are not finished here. And especially when I'm looking at how both of you are kind of mirroring each other in the same ways, but slightly different. It's like you're blocking your emotions and they're blocking their intelligence, like their logic, right? So I think it's very interesting, this dynamic. It's quite sweet, to be honest. It's sweet but dark. It's everything. It's yin and yang, right? Thank you for the like, whoever that was. So let's see what's strong about this relationship right now, please. What's strong about this connection, please? Interestingly, unrequited love. what I think that means is that each of you, no matter what happens, you don't, what's the words I'm looking for? It's like you don't lie to each other. Okay. So it's not like you'll look at this person and say, okay, well, what you've done is completely okay, right? So true. Yeah, you just reconciled this morning. Oh, that's so wonderful, Leslie. I'm so happy to hear that. So I think that the strength is that you don't over baby each other, like you don't hide it behind false pretenses. You'll actually deal with the issues no matter how intense that they are, right? Isn't that nice, MG? So nice. So I like that. And sometimes if you need to pull back, in your own scenarios or own situations or into yourselves for a little while to figure yourselves out. I think that that can be a good thing when it comes to unrequited love, because it's like sometimes you need to pull back to recenter to come back together, right? And that's just the dynamic of a relationship. So let's see what this relationship needs. Make the effort. I love it. It's the balance, right? And that's why you've got this here. There's you, Scorps, with your, wanting to balance it out by making an effort, and them wanting to make the effort too by reconciling and trying to open up their heart to you again, right? So it's interesting how you guys are doing this. So what it needs is making the effort, and that's exactly what's happening. You've always faced challenges together. We have connection that can, yes, yes. Now both making the effort this week, little by little. Oh, that's beautiful. Your Capricorn man is so silent, long distance relationship. Aw, but I can see him in a week if you're willing to reach out because you feel he won't. Well, what do you think, MG? What's holding you back from reaching out? And I love that, Leslie. I absolutely love that because, that's what it takes, right? You have to face the hard stuff together, no matter how uncomfortable it is. And the fact that you guys keep coming back together, exactly, it's a beautiful connection. And that's what kind of makes it outer worldly, right? Is when you can't explain it, but you're just bonded, right? MG, I'd love to know what you're going to do or what you're thinking. Yeah, exactly, right? And I think that's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's the yin and the yang. It's the full experience. You're not sugarcoating things. You're not also minimizing things. You're going in full force and you're, taking it on head on. He's not giving you quality time, your love language. Gotcha. Okay, yeah, that's fair. And that would make sense too of how, if we were relating this to your situation, MG, with this Queen of Cups coming out in reverse, yeah, hiding the emotions, not giving you the love that you need, being cold, being icy, being very cerebral, right? So that makes sense. And it's an inner conflict with them because they're so used to being so in their head. So I could see how that's playing out on this side for you, MG. You needed time apart. It was necessary. Yeah. Really? You used my readings to discuss? Wow. Wow. Are you serious? I'm sorry, that just made me emotional. If I'm helping somebody, then that's what I try to do, is because I want people to be happy. And if I'm doing anything that helps, that makes me so happy. Leo reading today. Oh, okay, that's brilliant. Oh my gosh. Okay, good. Oh, that got me right in the heart. Thanks, you guys. You didn't realize you were so detached and closed off. Aw. Well, you know what, though? Sometimes we don't realize, right? Because we're in self-protective mode, which is exactly what this Eight of Swords is about. Or it's also what the Two of Swords are. And, what's interesting here is that when you're both showing up like that, then nothing can move forward because you're both blocked and it's out of protection, right? So I love the fact that you're both making the effort, and yeah, little by little rebuilds that foundation, and that is so important. And then where this is headed, ooh, religious factors. Yes, abundance coming your way soon is right. So religious factors, your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. Now, this doesn't necessarily have to mean, anything in terms of religion, etc. It could for some, But for others, for me, it's about spirituality, and it's also about the importance. And what I love is that you're both acknowledging how deep and important this connection is on a soul level, right? And if you send him this YouTube link, seriously, do it. That's what I said earlier too, is send these links, because sometimes it's easier when it's somebody else saying it, right? On behalf of both parties. It's kind of like a mediator, right? Yeah, it's kind of like being a mediator. So I think that you guys are going to get to this point where, you know, you're going to be bringing your beliefs together. You're going to be able to explore the layers upon layers that we build up of walls around ourselves. And you're going to be able to pull those apart so that you can literally rebuild your own traditions, but build them together, right? Thank you for that like, whoever that was. So I think that it's beautiful, and I'm actually going to get one more card out, or maybe a couple. We'll see what happens. I just want to see. So religious factors, please, Spirit. Can you please, yeah, you're both making that effort and passionate effort, because the Knight of Wands came out, but it came out upright. So I love that, you know, and I love the fact that even the in and out, sometimes with this energy, it's an understanding that sometimes you guys just need to reground yourselves so you can support each other and come together properly. And I love it. And see, coming out of sadness and heartbreak, now we're getting back to the happy times. Nobody's crying upset anymore. Nobody is feeling sad because they know where this needs to go, right? And you guys just, you need to be together. So all, if this is a reconciliation, then definitely. And here it is again, and this came up on your side twice now, Scorps. Two of Swords. So even though you are unsure completely about where this is going, and I'm feeling this is more UMG, even if you're unsure completely, don't worry. Do what your heart tells you. Don't block your emotions, because your emotions are actually trying to tell you something. And I think that they're trying to tell you that maybe you could be the bigger person, or you can have them be the bigger person, but it takes communication. So open back up to them, right? Let your heart open, because that's what's on the Scorp side. All right? Oh, I just love this. Okay. Whew. Wow, you guys, like my nerves, I feel so good. So good. Let's get you some further advice. You're scared? Don't be scared. There's nothing to be scared of. Absolutely not. You know, I'll give you a little secret, MG. I've always attracted Scorpios. I always attract the unevolved ones, unfortunately, and they've destroyed me beyond belief. But what I am going to tell you is that no matter how many times we walk away, we will always love our Scorps. And I don't care what sign you are. So you never have to be afraid, MG. Like I tell you, a Scorp comes back, I guarantee you they're going to listen, right? And there it is. So the advice here is compassion 23. So 3 and 2 is 5, which means changes. Big changes are coming here. And it's compassion. So our task must be to free ourselves from this prison. And oh my gosh, look, both of these cards are a prison, right? To free ourselves from this prison by widening our circle of compassion to embrace all living creatures and the whole of its beauty. Albert Einstein. Then it says, as it rises up to meet the suffering and pain of all living things, compassion releases that within yourself and others. It makes creating mutual happiness possible. There you go. And this is a cultivation card. So Spirit is telling you to definitely cultivate your compassion. It can be hard, of course, when our egos want to protect us, but hey, Powder, what's up? You love Pisces? Oh, we scare you guys? No, no, no. No. You guys scare us. But you know what, though? We're such close signs, Pisces and Scorps, that maybe we just scare each other because we mirror each other so much, right? It could be possible. But definitely cultivate the compassion, but also tell your partner to remember to be compassionate with you as well, right? Because it's important that that's what is needed in this situation. So lovable and beautiful, greatest friend, intimidating in love. Wow, I find Scorpios intimidating in love. That's so ironic. Wow. I'm so happy you're here though. Like, you know, if there's anyone that I love talking about this stuff with, it's Scorpios. They get it, right? So, yeah, definitely cultivating compassion so you can tell, especially Capricorns too. If you're dealing with a Capricorn MG, they need to open up a little bit. Maybe you should forget off the closed off and get with a Pisces that you ghosted. Well, I'll tell you, the Pisces will love you unconditionally, and you know it. You know it. I hope the Pisces wasn't a jerk. And if they were, you let me know and I'll deal with them. Okay, and so circling back, more advice is surrender your addictions. Whether you're addicted to substances, food, people, sex, or overworking, take action to begin to heal the addiction and replace it with healthier alternatives. Okay, Scorps. So some of you, my darlings, like I said, in order to block your emotions, you may have been indulging in vices and maybe too many, and you know what, you're too good for that. You don't need it, and you can definitely surrender it, because honestly it does you no good, and your health is what matters the most, right? You think that's a pointer for Pisces? Compassion, no. He was great. Aww. Call him up, sweetheart. At least in the meantime, right? Why not? Why not? So yeah, so some of you just need to be careful, or if this is the person you're dealing with, they're going to need to surrender their addictions. And it's just, because everything needs to be in moderation. Sometimes if we go too far, we end up hurting ourselves more. And you don't want to wake up one day being told your liver is messed up and you're never allowed to have a drink again, or that you've got something wrong with your lungs if you're smoking. You know what I'm saying? So just everything in moderation. Let's get a postcard from Spirit for the Scorps. What do we got? What do we got for our sister sign? Our sister sign. I love the coloring on this postcard. It's got these beautiful like oranges and such, hey? Anyways, it says, "Dear you, the simple yet powerful law of cause and effect means everything is in relationship. Every action on earth has a consequence, and even in the spirit world, there is a consequence for every action taken on your behalf. Right now, you're facing conditions that were set in motion by past decisions. Consequences are coming into being in your favor. They will remind you that making good choices and listening to your intuition pay off. If some things are a little off and uncertain, and didn't I say that? You may not be able to see completely where you're going, but it's going to be good, all right? What you're facing, you can step beyond it just by using your imagination and acting on that instead of reacting to what is being presented." Oh my gosh, that is exactly what I was saying, is how the Scorps were understanding of the darkness that this person has, and that's why you've actually shown up more loving and more compassionate towards them, is because you get it. So this is confirming you haven't been reacting to what is being presented. Everything you think and do has far-reaching reverberations in the web of life. Move to higher ground and have faith that what goes around comes around. The universe is always self-correcting anyway. Isn't that amazing? How we adore you. Oh my gosh. See, Scorps, you're on the right path here. So whatever choice you take or you make, just know that you're doing the right thing here, especially because you've been compassionate. And that's the whole thing that I think this reading is about. So now I will give you your affirmation card, and then I'll let you enjoy your amazing Saturday night. What do we got? And I wish I could give you all a real hug. Sorry that it's got to be electronic. What do we got for Scorps, please, Spirit? What do we got for them? Oh, I love it. Another confirmation. I am in the right place. Wherever I go and whomever I meet, I find my own love and my highest good waiting for me. Boom. Nailed it. Nailed it. All right, you guys, I look I hope everything goes well with the reconciliation, Leslie. That is amazing. And honestly, MG, I'd love to hear what you end up doing, okay? I'm totally excited about it. Okay, I'll let you guys go now, and I'll see you again so very soon. Sending you so much love. Mwah. Have a great night, okay? Bye, guys. Good luck, Scorpios. Yeah, and thank you for being here. Powda, I will see you again soon. Yes, please keep me updated. Bye, guys.